Edward County conference line. Please stand by. You'll be joined in shortly.
Have some more reading material, Gary. That's some more reading material. Yeah, but we got 60 some of the other ones.
Yes. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, from Cumberland. Yeah. Oh, I hadn't heard that. Right,
They think he's dead and then.
right, right. I hadn't heard that. You get to your 80s, you don't have so much time, I don't care what, it doesn't make any difference. They was talking about mom the other day, I said,
All right, you got 7
when you get to that point, it doesn't make any difference. If you get to the 90s, it really don't.
The time has arrived for us to start our special meeting of the evening. Would everybody please rise for a moment of silence? Thank you, and please repeat with me the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Madam Chair, we've heard from Supervisor Stiff. She had a conflicting meeting at Crossroads this evening. I have not heard anything from Supervisor Watson yet.
Okay. But we have a quorum.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, at this time, before we open our public hearing, I will turn it over to our county administrator, Mr. Douglas Stanley.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. Back on December 9 of 2021, the Prince Edward County Board of Supervisors accepted the unsolicited proposal of Prince Edward County Infrastructure LLC for the design and construction of a water system serving the county. The board made a determination to use competitive negotiation in selecting a contractor and to authorize the county administrator to post the non-confidential portions of the proposal and advertise for the receipt of competing proposals for a period of not less than 45 days. At the end of that period, the county received no competing proposals. Since that time, county staff and our selected consultants have been negotiating an interim agreement with PECI for the development, design, and construction of a water treatment plant and distribution system consistent with the design builder's proposal and the county's guidelines and procedures concerning the Public-Private Education Facilities and Infrastructure Act of 2002 as adopted by the Board of Supervisors on July 8 of 2008. Per Section 9C of the county's guidelines, 30 days prior to entering into an interim agreement, the county shall provide an opportunity for public comment. Such public comment shall include a public hearing held by the Board of Supervisors. And that's consistent with tonight's hearing, which has been advertised in the Herald and on the county's website. Staff has considered the proposal and has determined in the best interest of developing a water supply system is in the best interest of the county to proceed and establish the 30-day period for public comment. The draft interim agreement has been reviewed by our PPEA legal counsel, Ms. Sharon Pandak from Pandak and Taves PLLC, and Sharon is on the video tonight on the Zoom call. And our engineering consultant, Mr. Tom Frederick from Pannoni Engineering, Tom is also available this evening. Based on their input, a number of changes were made to the document. It's currently written. The county will be responsible for up to $1 million of design costs of the project if the project does not move forward to construction. One of the issues with the 2009 project effort was the concern the county spent over $2 million with Crowder Construction to advance the PPEA. We will say that not all of the work from 2009 was deemed throwaway work and helped with the current project effort. We have worked to try to limit the exposure to the extent possible for the county on this latest effort. Following the public hearing tonight, we will be requesting that the board go into closed session to receive an update on the project cost and proposed rate structure prior to taking a vote on the interim agreement this evening. Again, we've got Sharon Pandak and Thomas Frederick, who are part of the PPA review team. We also have Mr. Joe Hines, who is with Timmons, but also Prince Edward County Infrastructure. And we've got David Saunders also from Timmons. David is on the Zoom call. We have Justin Curtis just walking in the room. Good timing, Justin, who is the board's attorney, who is working on our permit renewal application. And we have Mr. Jimmy Sanderson from Davenport, who is our numbers guy. And also have Mr. Cody Stanger on Zoom. Cody is our person who has put our rate model together, and will be talking with us in closed session. So lots of consultants. I don't even want to figure out how much per hour it's costing us, but I do think we have the right people working on the project. So with that, Madam Chairman, I think we're ready for the public hearing. Sarah, can you check, did anybody sign in the back? Just a moment, Madam Chairman.
It's time to officially open our public hearing. The first one who would like to speak is Jesse Yates from Lockett District.
Well, good afternoon, and thank all of you for,
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
and I just want to thank all of you for getting on board with this. It's way past due. We're going to have a O2 and our 66 will happen again, but we have no water. So if we can get our water saved, it would be deeply appreciated. Thank all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Yates. Our next speaker will be Mr. Joe Bass, also from the Lockett District.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The article in the Farmville Herald was, well, it said a water intake and a pump station and a water treatment. When I think of, and of course the meeting might answer my question, is there going to be sewage treatment? When I think of water treatment, that's my only concern.
Yeah, and I'll be happy to have Mr. Hines address thoroughly, but there is no sewage treatment plan as part of this project.
There's what now?
No sewage treatment. This is water only, to take water out of the reservoir.
Right.
Treat it so that it becomes drinkable, and then
Okay.
distribute it to the right location.
Thank you, Mr. Bass. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Please, ma'am, come up and give me your name, please. Be careful.
I am Sally Bass of Lockett District, and I'm probably too close to the mic, sorry. My biggest concern is where is the location of the treatment facility? Where is that going to be in proximity to the reservoir? So is that question going to be answered tonight?
The proposed location of the water treatment facility is just I'll say downstream of the dam. So as you're coming up Monroe Church Road, it'll be on the left before you get to the reservoir. Joe, is that,
Yes, and I chatted with Mr. Bass's sister last week, but the facility as proposed right now is on county-owned property. It's about 1,500 feet from the dam itself. We've got 2,500 feet from the actual intake structure location.
Okay.
Which is if you're sitting, if you're looking, if you're at public land and you're looking across towards Bridge and Rice, it'll be off to your left. So we need to install the intake structure at pretty much the deepest part of the reservoir. And I know one of the concerns was the smell, as Joe just mentioned as well too. Water treatment plants have very little smell associated with them, so pretty much you can walk into the chemical room, or you might have like what you can use for chlorination, which would be a liquid chlorine. It would not be a gaseous chlorine like Palmer just had. You walk into that room, you can smell a little bit of chlorine, but that's essentially the same as Clorox, is what you would disinfect it with. It's all pretty much enclosed, a couple of open air tanks, not too different than the reservoir itself. So,
Okay. I thought that would be the location. I just wanted to make sure.
sure.
I'm glad for that. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bass. Anyone else? Okay. So we officially close the public hearing. Mr. Stanley, do you want to present who will be going first, or in order, or how are we gonna work that?
so let me, I'll make the motion to have somebody adopt it to go into closed session for the purpose of the investment of public funds in the Sandy River Reservoir Water Treatment and Distribution Project where competition and bargaining are involved, and if such discussions are made public initially, the financial interests of the county would be adversely affected pursuant to the exemption provided for in Section 2.2-3711A6 of the Code of Virginia.
Second,
Okay, it is so moved and second. Dr. Gurr?
yes.
Lou?
Yes.
Patty?
Yes.
David? Jerry?
Yes.
And that's it, and we do a quorum, that's it, yes, so moved.
Actually,
We're gonna
I
stay
think we're gonna, I tell you what we can do, let's see. No, we're gonna end up staying here because we're gonna have some folks that are online with us participate. So I'm gonna have to ask everybody in the audience to step outside. We will be.